ladies, so it's Mickey, and this is part of my series of what I do during my 2-week wait. Also part of, what I do when I get bored. So, yeah, today's a beautiful day outside, so I plan to start my furniture today. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but since today I'm just going to cut the wood and I'm going to start staining it. I'm not going to put the final top coat on it today. I'm just staining. So yeah, so this is my cut list. I have my piece of paper. This is just for the little end table or oddman table thingy that I'm making. I just bought 4 1x4 boards. Since it's going to be outside, I went ahead and just purchased what's it called, weather treated type wood, just because, I just want to make sure that it's protected as much as possible. And then, yeah, there's a 4 1x4 boards. They are 8 feet in length. I have 2-inch screws and 1 1/4 screws. And I got all these directions from AnnaWhite.com. It's ANA-white.com. She gives you a cut list, and she also gives you cutting instructions, which is great, so you can conserve as much board as possible. So my first board is going to be 3 17 inches, and then 1 21 inch, and 1 22 inch. Right? Yes. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And then I'll just keep on going from there. I'm not going to show you me cutting all the wood, but I'll just at least do like the first cut, and it might get a little loud. And of course, you want to measure twice, cut once, because once you cut, it's sort of permanent. So yeah. Also, I have to wear goggles because I have a lot of bad eye allergies, so I want to make sure that. So here we go. I already measured it off, and I love this thing. It moves back and forth, and it helps me measure and make sure that I'm cutting straight. So yeah, I'm a little nervous because this wood is so long that once I actually make the cut and get it all the way through, I'm really going to have to make sure that I hold on to it so it doesn't fall. So here we go. But that is my first cut right there, and I'll just sand it off before I stain it. And I need, how many more of these do I need? I need 2 more. So there's my 3 17 inches. They're all even. Can't really see that, but they're all even, which is great. Which is really why I like this brace. I don't know if you can see it on here. You can see it here at the end. I like it because it sort of keeps that standard and doesn't let them, I don't have to go by my measurement. I'll know that they're all the same length because of this. Now, if it were to go over that measurement, then it would be a little different. Hey ladies, so it's Mickey. As you can tell, I'm wearing another shirt, so that means it's a new day. So I got all my wood cut, yeah, this is my table. I don't know if you can see, but I actually labeled all these on what they are. So now I need to sand them down because they are sort of rough. So you just want to sand them so that they're nice and smooth. Sand all sides. I do have my hand sander, and I just put on a new thing. I'm starting off with the higher or a lower grit, so it's like 100, so that means it's gonna sand quite a bit, and then I go down or go up to a more finer one so that it's just nice and smooth. I'm not gonna do this with the camera on because there's already, I can see sand on my camera or some wood on my camera, so I don't want anything to get on the lens and destroy my thing. So yeah, I'll just film whenever I finish. Alright, so I'm done sanding all the wood for the table, not for my chairs yet, but yeah, I'm just gonna move on so I can start to stain at least something. So I have this extra rag. It's just I'm sorry for using this word, moist, Amanda, sorry. And I'm just gonna grab one of these. It's really, really smooth now. And I'm not trying to like wet the wood. I'm just trying to get all the dust off of it. That's all I'm doing. So I'm just wiping. And this might be a little bit too wet, so I'm gonna have to let it dry some. I'm not gonna put it straight on the floor because the floor still has all the dust and remnants from my sanding on it. Alright ladies, so I set up, I have sawhorses, I got 2 of them here. And so I set these up because I'm tired of sitting down. This is the gel stain that I was talking about. The color that I get is red elm, and I'll show you what it looks like. This is after 3 coats of it. You'll get this color. You can see I didn't do very well in here, but that doesn't matter because this is my shelves that I made. But I still haven't used the router in the back. See, you can see it's all globby in the back, but this is the back, so I wasn't really worried about it. I kept it down like that when I was painting these or staining these. So yeah, you're not going to see this part, and you're definitely not going to see this part. So this is after 1 or 2 coats, and this is after 3. You see how much darker that is, and that's sort of what I want for my patio furniture. So I'll show you the consistency of this. I don't know if you can see it, but you see it's like mud. It's like a blob. So what you need to do is just get in there and mix. I actually have a butter knife that I use, but I don't know where it went. Really nice. Once you do it, you can see it's more like a melted chocolate. So, alright, so, got my gloves on. I almost tripped over it. And I don't need this anymore. So I'm just going to put it over here on the side. I'm going to grab my staining brush. Dab it in there and start painting it on. It goes on really, really easily. The key is you want to make sure that you're putting it on evenly. So don't put too much on. This is just your first coat. Like I showed you, it gets darker with each coat. Also be patient because this is going to take 8 hours to dry. So I'm going to flip it. I can do this side because I don't know which side is actually going to be showing. So I will be painting all sides of this brush or this wood. Now I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not doing the other side yet because this side needs to dry. So, yep, that's all I'm going to do. And I will show you what happens later. Alright, just wanted to show you. First layer is on. It's a few of them. And over here you see the others. So this is just for my table. Okay ladies, so we're on day 3 of our project. We have already sanded all our stuff, and yesterday we went ahead and stained. I'll show you here. Went ahead and stained all our stuff. This is just for the table. It's a beautiful day, as you can tell. The dogs are hanging out, and I'll show you my little setup I have here. Okay, so I have a little radio so I can listen to music. I have my wood, of course, and they're laid out by size. I have my wood glue, which I'll need. I have my laptop because that has the instructions. I'm not going to print them out. And then over here, I don't know if I'll be able to do this right, but this is my first step. I just sort of laid out the wood how the instructions tell me. I'll show you on my screen. You see it's telling me right there the sizes and where to put them, and that there's supposed to be a 3-inch gap in between these. So I laid that out. When I put this together, I have to make sure this is all 3 inches apart from each other. But it's laid out, so now I know where my holes need to go, and I'm going to drill those before I put in my first screw. And then I'm going to add some wood glue to these wherever they connect. Right there, you know, add a little bit, and then I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue on the screw as well, so it can make it more sturdy. And yeah, so let me go ahead and get started. I'll see if I can actually record this. I don't know. Okay, so I brought out my my little saw table. So what I'm going to do is I already attached 2 parts to it. This is the top of my table. So I already attached 2 parts. Let's see if you can see this. They are countersunk. You can see how the nails are actually inside the wood rather than still out here. So there's holes in there. Did that to both sides, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Now I have a learning curve. So I wanted to do those 2 before I screwed things up. So what I'm going to do is I have some wood glue. I'm just going to put a tiny bit on each side. You don't want to add too much because you don't want to have glue all over the place. Just a little bit on each side, and this will help keep it together. I like to just smooth it out a little bit. You don't have to, but I like to. And I am wearing my jeans that I don't really wear anymore, so I'm just going to wipe it on my jeans. Alrighty, and then you want to pick a side that looks good. Something that you don't mind being seen, because this is going to be the outside. And try to put it as flush as possible. Now I only have 1 clamp, which really sucks because I could really use 2 right now, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my clamp out. Here on the floor. And I'm just going to clamp this side down to the table. And all I do is just press this little lever, press it down into the wood. Actually, I'm going to get it closer to, whoops, where I'm going to put it, put the screw. About right there. Make sure that it's flush before I clamp it all the way tight. And with this one, all I have to do is just tighten it right here. And as I tighten it, glue starts to seep out of the ends. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, it's a 3-step process to put this screw in. What you do first is have 3 different bits. Nope, sorry, wrong one. Okay, and I'll show you these. So first I have this one right here. This is what I'm going to drill with, I'm going to drill this into the wood. So all the way through both sides. Then I countersink, which is this. Okay, it has the drill bit type thing on the top, and then it has this thing. My nails are really dirty. I apologize, Lisa, especially I know your pet peeve is dirty nails. I'm so sorry. But this bigger part, what that does is it makes the hole into the wood so that the nail, the screw head can actually go into the wood. And then I'm going to use this one to actually screw in the screw. So here we go. Here's a close-up. So I'm going to make sure it's towards the middle. Good enough. Alrighty, to the other side. I don't know if you'll be able to see the other side. That's okay. Got loose again. Alright. Countersink. And this one, put glue on it. And then you see, it goes into the hole rather than having the nail head or the screw head out. Okay, so I have the box done and now I just laid out everything. So what I did is nothing's actually screwed down, but this is how the top is going to look. And I got to choose which side I thought was prettier. So what I'm going to do is, this is, see, this actually has a 3/4 of a hangover. So it's not flush with this. So there's some space in between that. And I have that all the way around. Then I have my 17s right here going this way, and I'm going to leave some gaps in between it. Since it's going to be an outside furniture, you want to leave the gaps so that you want gaps between this one, but you want the gaps in between here so that water can go through. So yep, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to screw right here, one on each one of these ends basically. If you remember, I have this extra support board going down like this, so that's what this is going to get screwed into. There's one on this side and there's one on this side, and this will get screwed into this board. And remember, you have your screws right here, so you want to do it further down so that you're not hitting anything. Well, actually, no, you don't have to worry about that. Well, you have to worry about the heads, yeah. So you want to screw down a little bit further. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to remember to countersink them and drill them. Same thing, and then we'll get started with the legs. Okay, so I finally got the screws put in. You can see the holes. Okay, the reason why these holes are not in the middle is because remember we have our screws right in here too. So I just wanted to miss that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and show you. Here we are. Here's the bottom. So now I'm going to put on the legs. It's our last step. So I have my leg. I'm going to decide what part I want to be the outside. This one looks a little bit prettier. So I'm actually going to put this flush against here. You can see this. It's flush against here. It's basically even with this board right here. And then I'm going to screw it in right in here to this board right here. And I'll do that on all four sides and that'll be it. Alright, so we are done putting on the legs. They look really sturdy. So now let's just flip it over. Great. The next step that we're going to do, we're still not done yet. The next step we're going to do is we're going to use, let's see if I can use wood filler, and this is stainable and paintable. So all I'm going to do is, I've already shown you all the holes. I'm going to pick you up real quick. Okay, you already see all the holes. In order for these holes to go away, we use our filler, and we're just gonna fill in these holes. I'm gonna let it dry, I believe, for it says 2 hours, but just depending on how deep they are. The deeper the hole, the longer it's going to take. So we're just going to wait, and we're going to wait 2 hours, see if it's dry or not. If it is, then we're just going to go ahead and do another coat of the stain on top of that, so we can get these the same color. And then do the top coat of like protectant, sealant, and that's it. Okay, I just want to show you. This is the filler that I put in. I just put a little bit in each hole. Don't worry if it's not even right now. I have a little sanding block that I'm going to use, which is right here. And I'm going to sand those areas, make it even with the rest of the table, and then stain it.